Welcome, biology student, to Chapter 8 lecture. This is Mr. Worley here with you. I'm excited. All right, let's make sure we know what we need. Make sure you have what you need, which is your book. I need your book, a piece of paper to write notes on. You want to title this 8-1 Learning Notes and Chapter Exercises. You want to make sure you have a pen to write with, and you want to make sure you have your book out and ready to follow along and read with me. Make sure that you're in a good environment and have a good attitude. Here we go. Let's talk about 8-1, the energy of life. Our objectives are to explain where plants get the energy they need to produce food, and to describe the role of ATP in cellular activities. Our lecture exercises are at page 203, section review questions, page 101 to number 1 to 5. This needs to be on the same page as your notes. Okay, so without further ado, let's go to our book and let's start reading. Energy, the Energy of Life 8-1. Let's just take a quick look at our vocabulary. A word: autotroph, heterotroph, and adenosine triphosphate. We've only got 3 vocab words. One way you could do it is you could just write a little section of your notes right here and put the vocab words 1, 2, 3, so that way you'll know them when you see them. Or you could do it in another way that you like. Energy is the ability to do work. Nearly every activity in the modern society depends on one kind of energy or another. When a car runs out of fuel, more precisely, out of the chemical energy in gasoline, it comes to a sputtering halt. Without electrical energy, lights, appliances, and computers stop working. Living things depend on energy too. Sometimes the need for energy is easy to see. It's obvious that energy is needed to play soccer or other sports. However, there are times when the need is less obvious. For example, when you're sleeping, your cells are busy using energy to build new proteins and amino acids. Clearly, without the ability to obtain and use energy, life would cease to exist. Okay, so this is setting us up for our chapter. Basically, energy is the ability to do work. Everything you do requires energy. Autotrophs and heterotrophs. Here are 2 vocabulary words. Okay, where does the energy that living things need come from? The simple answer is that it comes from our food. Originally, though, hold on, let me make sure I'm in good standing here. Originally, though, the energy in most food comes from the sun. Plants and some other types of organisms are able to use light from the sun to produce food. Organisms such as plants, which make their own food, are called autotrophs. Auto, does that make sense? Check it out. Autotroph, vocab word. The word auto means, by itself. Automatic. Automobile. Auto, self, mobile, to move. Moves by itself. Doesn't need a horse. Wow, that makes sense. Autotrophs. Troph means food, so that must mean it makes its own food. Other organisms, such as animals, can't use the sun's energy directly. These organisms are known as heterotrophs. Do you recognize the word hetero? Perhaps you remember it from the word heterosexual or heterogeneous. Basically means other. So they get their food from other places. Obtain energy from the foods they consume. Move down the page with me. Impalas, for example, eat grasses, which are autotrophs. Other heterotrophs, such as the leopard, shown in figure 8-1, obtain the energy stored in autotrophs indirectly by feeding on animals that eat autotrophs. Still other heterotrophs, mushrooms, for example, obtain food by decomposing other organisms. To live, all organisms, including plants, must release the energy in sugars and other compounds. All right, so that's an important thing. I'd like you to summarize this sentence. To live, all organisms, including plants, must release the energy in sugars and other compounds. But Mr. Worley, I thought that plants got their energy from the sun. Why do they have to break down energy in sugar? Read on, my intrepid student. Read on. And let's go to page 202. And I'd like you to go to the next video in this section. Thank you. Bye-bye.